I thought it was just another quiet evening. Ava sat across from me at the small dining table, her hands wrapped around a mug she wasn't drinking from. I noticed she hadn't touched it, but I didn't say anything. "You're quiet," I said. She nodded. "I know, I waited." She stared at the table. "I've been thinking." That word made my chest tighten. "About what?" She inhaled slowly. "About us." I leaned back. "That sounds serious." "It is." I forced a smile. "'Kay, talk." To me, she lifted her eyes for half a second, then looked away again. "I didn't plan this." "Plan what?" I asked. Her voice dropped. "I've been talking to someone." I felt my throat go dry. "Who?" She hesitated. "Daniel." Name landed like a punch. "Your ex." I asked. "My first love," she said quietly. I laughed once, sharp and empty. "You're joking." "I wish I was." "How long?" I asked. "A few weeks, and you didn't think to tell me." I said I didn't know how. I nodded slowly. "What are you talking about?" She swallowed. "It started as catching up." "Of course it did," I said. "He reached out first," she said quickly. "That doesn't help," I replied. "I didn't mean for it to turn into this." I leaned forward. "Into what, Ava?" Her fingers tightened around the mug. "Into feelings." The word echoed in my head. "So you're emotionally cheating on me," I said. She flinched. "I never touched him." "That's your defense?" "I'm trying to be honest," she said. I laughed again, softer this time. "You're doing great." She finally looked at me. "Please don't do that." "Do what?" I asked. "Act like this doesn't hurt you," she said. "It hurts," I said calmly. "I just don't see the point in yelling." She shook her head. "You don't understand." "Then explain it," I said. She took a deep breath. "Being with him made me remember who I was before." "And who were you?" I asked. "Younger, lighter," she said. "Before responsibility." "So I'm a burden now?" I asked. "That's not what I meant. It's what you said." She stood up. "You're twisting my words?" "I'm listening to them," I said. She paced the room. "I love you." "Oh, I really do." I stayed silent. But she continued. "I never got closure with him." "There it is," I said. "I need to know," she said. "I need to see what could have been. What am I supposed to do while you figure that out?" I asked. She stopped pacing. "I think we should take some space." "Space?" I repeated. "Yes." I glanced at the door. "Is that why your suitcase is there?" Her face went pale. "You noticed?" It had been there the whole time. "So this isn't a conversation," I said. "It's a decision," she whispered. "Didn't want to hurt you. That ship sailed," I said. She walked closer. "Please believe me when I say this isn't your fault." That hurt more than anything else. "So I was perfect," I said, "and still not enough." "That's not fair," she said. "Neither is this," I replied. She reached for my hand. I pulled it back. "I'm not going to beg," I said. "Never asked you to," she replied. "I know," I said. "That's what makes it worse." Tears filled her eyes. "I hate myself for this." I said, "I just don't recognize you." She picked up the suitcase. "I'm sorry," I nodded. "I believe you." She hesitated at the door. "Can we talk again later?" "Oh no," I said honestly. She opened the door. "I hope you'll understand someday." I watched her step into the hallway. The door closed behind her with a quiet click. The silence was loud. I stood there for a long time, staring at the spot where she'd been standing. My phone buzzed. I didn't check it. I sat down in the chair she'd just left and stared at her untouched mug. "I guess this is it," I said to no one. The apartment felt different, like it had lost its air. I thought about every promise she'd ever made. I thought about every future we'd planned. And I realized something terrifying. My life didn't shatter when she walked out. It shattered the moment she chose someone else. The apartment stayed quiet for 3 days. I kept expecting her voice to break the silence. It never did. On the 4th morning, my phone buzzed. I stared at the screen. "Eat something," Marcus texted. I didn't reply. I scrolled up instead. Ava's name sat there, frozen in time. "You coming home tonight?" I had written her last. Message blinked back at me. "I need space." It I locked the phone and dropped it on the couch. "This is pathetic," I said to the room. The room didn't argue. I walked into the kitchen and opened the fridge. It was full. I closed it again. Sat on the floor and leaned my back against the cabinet. "She said it's not my fault," I muttered. "So why does it feel like it is?" Her voice replayed in my head. "I need to see what could have been." I pressed my palms to my ears. "Stop." It didn't stop. My phone buzzed again. "Open the door," Marcus texted. I frowned. Door and knock answered me. I stood slowly and walked to the door. I opened it halfway. "What are you doing here?" Marcus looked at me and sighed. "You look like hell." "I'm fine," I said. He stepped inside anyway. "You haven't answered me in days." I didn't feel like talking. "You haven't eaten either," he said. I shrugged. "Did Ava text you?" "No," he said. But you crossed my mind. That's enough." I closed the door. "You didn't have to come." "Yes, I did," he replied. "You disappear when you're hurting." I sat on the couch. "I'm not hurting." He raised an eyebrow. "Lie better." I looked away. He sat beside me. "Tell me what you're thinking." "I'm thinking she chose him," I said. Marcus nodded. "That part's obvious." "I'm thinking I wasn't enough," I said. "That part's wrong." "She left," I said. "People don't leave when they're happy." "She didn't leave because of you," he said. "You don't know that?" "I do," he replied. "She left because she's confused." "So I was a phase?" I asked. "No," he said. "You were safe." "That doesn't sound better," I said. He sighed. "It means she didn't deserve you." I laughed softly. "You're supposed to be comforting me." "I am," he said. "You just don't like the truth." I stood up. "I should shower." "Later," he said. "Sit." I sat. He looked around. "She took her stuff." "She took what mattered to her," I said. "And left you with the rest," he said. I nodded. "She always hated the couch." Leaned forward. "Did she say his name?" "Yes," I said. "How did that feel?" "Like I lost twice," I replied. "Why?" he asked. "Because she loved him first," I said. "And maybe she never stopped." Marcus shook his head. "First. Love doesn't mean best love. Does when you leave for it," I said. I picked up my phone and unlocked it. Marcus frowned. "Don't." I scrolled anyway. Ava's old messages filled the screen. "I miss you already. I can't sleep without you. I choose you." My chest tightened. "She lied," I said. Marcus watched my face. "Or she changed."
That's
"Worse," I said. I tossed the phone aside. What does he have that I don't? Marcus didn't answer right away. "Say it," I said. "He has her past," Marcus said. "And you can't compete with memory." I leaned back. "So I never had a chance?" "You had every chance," he said. "She just ran." "From me?" I said. "From herself," he corrected. I rubbed my eyes. "I don't want to think anymore, I know," he said. "But you have to. I just want the pain to stop," I said quietly. Marcus softened. "It will? When?" I asked. "Not today," he said, "but someday." I stared at the ceiling. "I feel invisible." "You're not," he said. "She didn't even look back," I said. "She will," he replied. I shook my head. "I don't want her to, good," he said. "That means you're starting to feel." I exhaled slowly. Marcus stood. "I'll make you eat." "I'm not hungry," I said. "You don't get a vote," he replied, as he walked to the kitchen. I whispered, "I gave her everything." "What?" He paused. "That's why this hurts." I closed my eyes. The silence crept back in, and for the first time, I realized it wasn't empty. It was waiting. I told myself I wouldn't look. I looked anyway. Her profile loaded slowly, like it was giving me time to stop. I didn't. "There you are," I whispered. Ava smiled from the screen. Too wide, too polished. Daniel stood beside her, his arm around her waist. I scoffed. Already. I scrolled. Dinner photos. Concert. Caption that read, "Feels right." I locked my phone and tossed it onto the bed. "Liar," said. I paced the room, then picked the phone back up. "This doesn't mean anything," I told myself. I scrolled again. Another picture. Another smile. She never smiled like that with me, I said, then immediately hated myself for thinking it. I opened the comments, so happy for you, someone wrote. Finally together, another said, my chest tightened. Finally, I repeated, so what was I? I closed the app and stared at the wall. Her voice echoed in my head. I didn't plan this. Yeah, I muttered. You just rushed it. My phone buzzed. Marcus, you okay? I typed, fine. I deleted it. I typed, not really. I deleted that too. I put the phone down. Later that afternoon, I left the apartment just to feel air that didn't remind me of her. At the coffee shop, I stood in line, staring at the menu without reading it. Hey, familiar voice said. I turned. Lena stood there, holding a cup, her smile uncertain. Oh, I said. Hey. She hesitated. Can I sit? Sure, I said. We sat in silence for a moment. She finally said, I wasn't sure if I should say hi. I get that, I replied. She glanced at my hands. You look tired. I don't sleep much, I said. She nodded slowly. Heard about you and Ava? Everyone did, I said. She talks about you, Lena said carefully. I looked up. She does. Sometimes, she said, not how you'd expect. I leaned back, meaning Lena stirred her coffee. Posts a lot. I noticed, I said. But off the screen, she continued. She's different. I waited. She's always checking her phone, Lena said. Like she's nervous. Nervous about what? I asked. Lena met my eyes. About whether she made the right choice. My heart skipped, then hardened. That's not my problem anymore, I said. Lena nodded. I know. Just thought you should know. I smiled faintly. You don't have to protect me. I'm not, she said. I'm being honest. I took a sip of my coffee. How is he, Daniel? She asked. Yes, I said. She shrugged, charming and tense. That sounds bad, I said. It depends on the day, she replied. I laughed quietly. That's exactly what Ava used to say about me. Lena frowned. You were stable. And boring, I said. She shook her head. No, safe. There it is again, I muttered. She leaned forward. She moved in with him already. I froze. What? Happened fast, Lena said. Too fast. I looked down at my cup. Figures. She keeps saying she's happy. Lena. Added in, I asked, and she keeps repeating it, Lena said. I nodded. People don't repeat the truth that much. Lena smiled sadly. I thought the same. I stood. I should go. Okay, she said. I'm glad I ran into you. Me too, I replied, outside. I pulled my phone out again. I opened Ava's profile. A new post had appeared. A picture of her and Daniel. Laughing, the caption read, New beginnings. I exhaled slowly. Enjoy it while it lasts, I said. I closed the app. As I walked home, her voice played in my head again. I need to see what could have been. I answered it out loud this time. So do I said, back in the apartment. I sat on the couch and stared at the blank television. I didn't feel jealous anymore. I felt distant. I opened my messages and deleted our conversation. My finger hovered. For a second, then I pressed confirm. Done, I whispered. The silence settled around me again, but this time, it felt sharper, not empty, focused. Something inside me shifted. I wasn't watching her life because I wanted her back. I was watching to understand what I escaped, and for the first time, I didn't feel behind. I felt ahead. Marcus didn't ease into it. He looked at me across the table and said, You're stuck. I frowned. I'm healing. No, he said. You're hiding. Leaned back. From what? From deciding? He replied. Deciding what? I asked. Whether you're going to stay broken, he said, or move forward. I crossed my arms. You make it sound simple? It is, he said. Simple doesn't mean easy. I stared at my coffee. I didn't ask for this. Neither did I. When my dad left, he said. I looked up. That's not fair. No, he agreed, but it's honest. I exhaled. I'm tired. I know, he said. That's why this is the moment. The moment for what? I asked. To stop waiting for her ghost to give you permission, he said. I laughed bitterly. You think I want her back? Think you want closure? He replied. I think I want peace. I said, then stop letting someone who walked away control your mood, he said. I clenched my jaw. She mattered. She still does, he said. But not like this. Stood. I need to go to work. You haven't been in a week, he said. I'm going today, I replied. He nodded. Good. At the office, everything felt smaller than I remembered. My manager glanced at me. You okay, Wilby? I said. I sat at my desk and opened my laptop. The screen lit up. So did you fall apart? The voice asked. I turned. Mr. Harris stood there, arms crossed, eyes sharp. I took time off, I said. For heartbreak, he asked. For life, I replied. He pulled a chair and sat. Tell me something. I waited. Did she leave? He said. Or did you get abandoned? She chose to leave, I said. He nodded. Then stop acting like you were thrown away. That's easier said than done, I replied. He leaned forward. You didn't lose love? What did I lose? I asked. You lost someone who wasn't sure, he said. That still hurts, I said. Of course it does, he replied. Pain doesn't mean failure. I rubbed my temples. I feel replaceable. He snorted. Everyone feels that way when their ego gets bruised. This wasn't just ego, I said. No, he said. But don't romanticize suffering. Looked at him. You're not very gentle. Not here to be, he said. I sighed. She moved on fast. It's her problem, he said. Your problem is you stopped moving at all. I didn't argue. He stood. Get back to work, sir, I said. Later that day, Marcus called. So, he asked. I went in, I said. Proud of you, he replied. I talked to Harris. I added. Marcus laughed. That man scares me. He told me the truth, I said. Which was? Marcus asked. That I'm letting someone who left keep control, I said. About time, said. That night I stood in my apartment and looked around. I'm done waiting, said out loud. I opened the fridge and cooked a real meal. I set my alarm for the morning. I deleted the last photo of Ava I had saved. I'm choosing me, whispered. The next week I ran in the mornings, Marcus asked. Why so early? So I can prove I can start again, I said. I stopped checking her profile. I stopped asking mutual friends questions at work. I spoke up in meetings. Mr. Harris pulled me aside. There you are. I was always here, I said. You just forgot, he replied. One evening, Marcus asked, You angry? No, I said honestly. Sad? He asked. Less, I replied. He nodded. That's progress. I lay in bed that night, staring at the ceiling. I didn't lose, I said quietly. I thought about Ava. I didn't hate her. I didn't forgive her either. I simply accepted something I'd avoided. She chose a different path. So did I. The chains I wore weren't hers. They were mine. And for the first time since she left, I felt my grip tighten around my own life. Not revenge, not bitterness, control. I didn't ask for updates. They came anyway. Lena caught me outside the office one evening and said, Do you have a minute? Sure, I replied. She studied my face. You look different. Better or worse? I asked. Calmer. She said, Stronger. I nodded. I've been trying. She hesitated. I ran into Ava yesterday. I felt a pause inside me, not a stab. Oh, I said, how is she? Lena sighed. Not great. I waited. She asked about you, Lena continued. That's new, I said. She wanted to know if you were seeing anyone, Lena said. I'm seeing myself, I replied. Lena smiled briefly. She didn't like that answer. Shrugged. She gave up the right to like things about my life. She knows that now, Lena said quietly. I raised an eyebrow. Does she? Lena nodded. Daniel isn't what she expected. I leaned against my car. No one ever is. They fight a lot, Lena said. He gets jealous. Of what? I asked. Of you, she admitted. I let out a short laugh. That's ironic. He checks her phone, Lena added. He questions everyone. That sounds exhausting, I said. She said she feels like she's proving herself all the time, Lena said. I thought of Ava sitting across from me. Weeks ago, saying she needed freedom. Funny, I said. That wasn't the future she described. Lena looked down. She misses you. I met her eyes. Missing isn't the same as choosing, no, Lena said. At home. I opened a drawer and pulled out an old photo album. I flipped through it slowly. Look at us, I murmured. So, sure. I reached a picture of Ava laughing on the couch. I paused. This doesn't hurt like it used to, I said. I closed the album and slid it into the trash. My phone buzzed. Marcus, Jim. Already went, I replied. Who are you? He texted back. I smiled. Someone who got tired of breaking. At work the next day, Mr. Harris stopped by my desk. Your numbers are up, he said. I've been focused, I replied. Good. He said, distraction was never your strength. I learned that, I said. He studied me. Whatever happened, don't undo this progress. I won't, I replied. That night, Marcus and I grabbed dinner. He raised his glass to growth. Too. Silence, I said. He frowned. That bad? No, I said. That peaceful. Marcus leaned back. I heard Ava called you. I blinked. What? She called, he said. Didn't she? I shook my head no. He checked his phone. She tried. I exhaled slowly. I didn't notice. Marcus smiled. Bah, that's the shift. I looked at my call log. A missed call sat there. No message, she noticed. Marcus said I locked the phone. I'm not reaching out. Good, he said. The next day, Lena texted. She keeps checking your profile, she wrote. I replied, there's nothing there. That's the point, Lena sent back. Later that week, I ran into Ava by accident. She froze when she saw me. I stopped walking. Hey, she said. Hey, I replied. You look good, she said quickly. Thanks. I said. An awkward pause stretched between us. I've been meaning to call, she said. I know, I replied. She swallowed. You didn't answer? I was busy, I said. With work? She asked. With life, I replied. Her eyes searched my face. Are you okay? Yes, I said honestly. She nodded slowly. I'm glad. I waited, she said. Things are complicated right now. Sorry to hear that, I replied. She laughed weakly. You always say the right thing. I stopped trying, I said. She looked down. Daniel doesn't like that I ran into you.
That sounds like...
His issue, I said. She sighed. He says, I still think about you. And I asked. And I do, she admitted. I held her gaze. That doesn't change anything. Her eyes filled. I didn't think you'd move on so fast. I didn't, I said. Standing still, she nodded. I miss how safe I felt. That safety is gone, I replied. You left it behind. She opened her mouth, then closed it. I have to go, I said. She stepped aside. Okay. As I walked away, I didn't look back at home. I deleted the last shared photo from my cloud. Enough, I whispered. I sat on the couch and let the quiet surround me. It didn't ache, it didn't accuse, it didn't beg karma. Didn't arrive loudly, it whispered. And for the first time, I didn't feel like the one being punished. I felt like the one being released. The knock came after midnight. I froze on the couch, remote in my hand. Another knock followed, slower this time. Go away, I muttered. The knocking didn't stop. I stood and walked to the door, my heart beating harder than it should have. I opened it. Ava stood there. Her eyes were red. Her hair was messy. She looked smaller somehow. I'm sorry, she said immediately. I stared at her. What are you doing here? She swallowed. I didn't know where else to go. You shouldn't be here, I said. I know, she whispered. Please. I stepped aside. 5 minutes. She walked in slowly, like the space might reject her. I miss this place, she said. That's not comforting, I replied. She nodded. I know. We stood facing each other. He cheated, she blurted. I didn't react. With someone from work, she added twice. Crossed my arms. I'm sorry. She flinched. You don't have to say that. I know, I said, but I'm not cruel. She laughed weakly. You were always better than him. That's not the point, I said. She stepped closer. I messed up. Yes, I replied. I thought going back would fix something, she said. It didn't. I leaned against the wall. What do you want from me? She hesitated. I want you. Words hit, but didn't land. I finally see your value, she said quickly. I see what I lost. That realization came late, I replied. I know, she said. Too late. I looked at her face, the one I once loved without doubt. I don't know, said honestly. She dropped her bag and stepped closer. I wake up every day thinking about you, she said. It's about what I did. That guilt belongs to you. I said, I can't breathe without you, she whispered. That's not love, I replied. That's regret. Tears spilled down her cheeks. Please don't shut me out. I closed my eyes for a second. Memories rushed in. Her laugh. Her warmth. Our plans. I wanted you to choose me, I said quietly. I do now, she said. That choice mattered when it was hard, I replied. She reached for my hand. I didn't pull away immediately. I know I don't deserve you, she said. I'm here. I opened my eyes. Being here doesn't fix what happened. I'll do anything, she said. It's therapy. Time. Whatever you need. I gently pulled my hand back. I needed you when you left, I said. I was scared, she replied. So was I said. I stayed. Made me feel small. I never did, I said. She shook her head. You made me feel safe. Safe wasn't enough, I replied. She looked up at me, broken. It is now. I paced the room. My chest felt tight but steady. I rebuilt myself, I said. Piece by piece. I see that, she said. You're different. I had to be, I replied. She stood and stepped in front of me. I love you, she said. I searched her face for the certainty I once trusted. I believe you believe that. Her voice cracked. Isn't that enough? No, I replied. She dropped to her knees. Please, she said. I'll spend my life making this right. The sight hurt more than I expected. Stand up, I said. She didn't move. I said, stand up. I repeated. She slowly rose, wiping her face. I didn't grow just to go backward, I said. Her lips trembled. So that's it? I nodded. Yes. She covered her mouth. I ruined everything. You made a choice, I said. So did I. She looked around the apartment. You were my home. And you left, I replied. She took a shaky breath. I don't know how to live with this. You will, I said. Just not with me. She nodded slowly. I'm proud of you, she said softly. Thank you, I replied. That means more now than before. She picked up her bag. I won't call again, she said. I appreciate that, I replied. She stopped at the door. I hope you're happy. I am, I said. She left the door closed quietly. I stood there, my heart racing, my hands steady. I didn't collapse. I didn't chase her. I sat down and exhaled. Her regret was real. So was my growth. One didn't cancel the other, and for the first time, I understood something clearly. Loving myself cost me her, but losing myself would have cost me everything. I didn't sleep much after she left. The apartment felt quiet, but not heavy. I sat on the couch and said, that's done. No one answered, and I didn't need them to. Morning came slowly. Light crept through the curtains, touching the wall. Where her photos used to hang, I stood and stretched. Good morning, I told myself. My phone buzzed. Marcus, you alive? Yes, I replied. How do you feel? I asked. I thought for a moment. Clear, he sent back. That's new. I smiled. I showered, dressed, and made coffee. As the machine hummed, my phone buzzed again. Ava's name appeared. I stared. At it? You don't owe her anything, I said out loud. The phone stopped buzzing. I sat at the table, its coffee warming my hands. Her voice replayed in my head. I love you. I answered it calmly. I know. I said, that truth didn't change my choice. Later that afternoon, Marcus came by. He studied my face. You look steady, I am, I said. She came back, didn't she? He asked. Yes, I replied. And, he said, I chose myself, I said. Marcus exhaled. Damn, she cried, I added. That doesn't make you wrong, he said. I know, I replied. He nodded. That's growth. We sat in silence for a moment. You okay being alone? He asked. I'm not alone, I said. I'm just not distracted. That evening, I took a walk. The street felt familiar, but lighter. I passed the cafe where Ava and I used to sit. A memory flickered. Do you think we'll last? She had once asked. I'd smiled and said we'll choose to. I paused on the sidewalk. She stopped choosing, I said quietly. I kept walking at home. I opened the window and let fresh air in. New chapter, I whispered. My phone buzzed. Again, a message from Ava appeared. I just wanted to say goodbye properly. I stared at it. I typed slowly. You already did. I didn't send anything else. I lay on the bed, staring at the ceiling. Choosing myself didn't feel like winning. It felt like setting something. Heavy down, pain still existed. It just didn't control me. I drifted into sleep. When I woke, sunlight filled the room. I smiled without thinking. Morning, said. I made breakfast and turned on music. As I ate, I talked to myself. You survived? I cleaned the apartment. I rearranged the furniture. I made the space mine again. In the afternoon, I went to the park. A couple argued on a bench nearby. You never listen, the woman said. I'm trying, the man replied. I stood and walked away. That wasn't my story anymore, Marcus called later. She texted me, he said. What did she say? Asked. That she broke something good, he replied. I nodded. She did. Do you feel guilty? He asked. No, I said. I feel done. That's healthy, he said. I hung up and sat on the balcony. The city hummed below. I thought about who I was before all this. I'd loved deeply. I'd trusted completely. I didn't regret that. I didn't fail, I said. Softly, I learned. As evening fell, I received one last message. It was from Ava. Double quotes, I hope you find someone who chooses you every day. I stared at the words. I already did. I whispered. I didn't reply. I closed my eyes and breathed in. Choosing myself felt lonely. It also felt honest that night. The city lights blinked back at me. The city lights blinked back at me. I'm okay. I said, and for the first time, I meant it. I didn't need revenge. I didn't need her regret. I needed peace, and I had it. I turned off the lights and went to bed. Tomorrow waited. Not with promises, not with guarantees, just with possibility in that.
Was enough.